Hi everybody, this is Yogi Angel 7 Rachel, and I'm coming on to talk about the latch on. Okay, it's called the Big Latch On, and basically on the 6th of August, it's going to be breastfeeding mothers and people who support breastfeeding mothers are going to be in different locations around the country. And there is definitely one going on most everybody's town. There's one here in Tucson that I'm going to go to, even though, my kids are not breastfeeding anymore. I still definitely support breastfeeding mothers. And wanted to talk one little story of why. I actually was never aware of there being any sort of a social issue of breastfeeding until I moved while breastfeeding my second son to New Mexico. When I moved there, I'd gone to the mall someday and stopped to feed him, and then went home and was just casually talking about that with a friend of mine who asked me if I had done it as a form of protest, which really confused me because I didn't know at the time that breastfeeding in public was illegal. And no one actually stopped me or did anything. They probably just thought I was holding a sleeping child. Actually, that's probably what it looked like. And no one noticed or stopped me. So had my girlfriend not told me, I would have never even known about that. It again happened while I was in New Mexico that some breastfeeders were in a cafe, and I guess one of the people who owned the cafe asked the breastfeeding mother to stop feeding her baby, and she was there just drinking her latte or whatever with some other friends, and I guess she asked her, "So you don't like me breastfeeding my baby here?" And she said, "Well, no, I'm sorry, I can't have that in my store." And then there was a sit-in kind of situation that happened later. And I don't know if this was after the law had changed or before, but all I know is that later on at that cafe there was a sign pointed towards the outside that said, "Breastfeeding mothers welcome here." So that changed everything. But I had never been stopped or asked in public not to feed until I moved here to Arizona. And I was feeding my baby in public once. And a lady came up to me to tell me that someone had complained about that. And I asked them if I was being offensive in any way. And she said, "No, you're completely covered." But someone did come and voice their negative opinion regarding that. And so, we're asking you to leave. And in the state of Arizona, actually, you have a legal right to breastfeed. And I didn't have like the little card that says the law in my possession at the time, and it was an okay time to leave, so I did. But I did call back at another time and spoke with that manager again, actually, regarding the specific law. And I later noticed that at that same location there was no longer an option for people to sit where it was, basically, because I was feeding him in a food court. And I just figure everybody else is eating, he can eat too, and I was actually faced away from everyone else eating, and trying to not draw attention or anything, whatever. But that spot was like curiously gone after that. And just that experience alone, I can't imagine, if I had been a new breastfeeding mother, or if I had been a person who didn't have breastfeeding support in my home, or if any other variable in my life didn't support me feeding my son the way that I best saw fit, I can imagine how, someone would say, well, that tears it. I'm just going to feed him a bottle because fill in the blank. It's easier, blah, 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 whatever. And really undermining that choice that the mother has so that she can, take care of her family in whatever way she sees best. So I'm going out on the 6th, and if you have a mind to do that too, please let me know. I'm going to leave a link for the big latch on, and if you have any questions, let me know. And thanks so much. Take care. Great blessings.